Welcome to the Dota Download. Everything you need to know that's going on in Dota in as short of a time as I can make it. That means we've got the Dota, primarily focused on the DPC and what's happening there. The drama, not my favorite topic to cover, but it happens, so we're gonna touch on it. And the other stuff, Valve updates, random tweets, etc. Please consider liking, sharing, retweeting, subscribing, commenting, all those wonderful things to help other people who need this show find it. I'm sure if you share it with someone who can't keep up to date with Dota, they'll really appreciate it. Jumping into the Dota, everything DPC. We got a couple of featured series. I'm going to show you the fun clips from OG versus Secret, as well as T1 versus TNC, and a spotlight on Taiga, one of the new members of OG. Plus, let's break down how the DPC is actually working this time around. Well, it's not really any different from the last round of the DPC. We've got Division 1 and 2 with the top spots in Division 1 qualifying to the Major, and then Division 2 being about prize money, a small amount of DPC points, and trying to get into Division 1. If you are wondering who is covering each region, DreamHack, Western EU, Epicenter/Epic Esports, Eastern EU, China is being handled by Perfect World, Southeast Asia from Beyond the Summit, ESL is handling NA, and 4D Esports is handling South America. China hasn't all of the way started yet because of players stuck quarantining in Europe. I believe Division 2 has started, but we're still waiting on Division 1 to start. As far as how many teams get out of Division 1 to the Major, it's 4 from Western Europe and China, 3 teams from Eastern Europe and Southeast Asia, and 2 teams from North America and South America. Was that dry enough for you? Yeah, okay. How about we hop into that nice, exciting match of Team Secret versus OG? Did I slightly use them to clickbait the thumbnail? Absolutely, but I'm gonna actually give you the content to go with it. So anyway, here were the drafts. Spoiler, if you're watching this show, hopefully you already know there's gonna be spoilers. But anyway, there were only 2 games, which means it was a 2-0. In game 1, Team Secret drafted PUDGE. And to give you a quick rundown of what's going on with these 2 teams' rosters, Team Secret now has Nisha, Sumail, Ice Ice Ice, Yapsor, and Poppy. You know, Sumail and Ice Ice Ice, those are the new names on the squad. OG has an entirely new squad: Yuragi, BZM, ATF, Taiga, and Misha. ATF is actually Amar the Fucker, but as you can imagine, that's not the most broadcast-friendly word, so Dream League has been going with Amar the Flower, which is very OG appropriate. Anyway, so these games were rather interesting, especially with the PUDGE pick. Here are a couple of highlights of Amar the Flower doing his thing for OG.
Yuragi also popping his own. Timber just coming on through, cutting through, gets a kill on Yapsor. Like a little off the mark here, but there's the Yule Scepter coming into play. The Sunstrike onto Nisha, and they'll clean up on Poppy as well.
Yeah, these guys seem to have like the good aspects of the
Amar
Dota players.
Pin over to the wall, follow up. Yeah, they just obliterate Nisha down for 84 seconds. Yapsor next, he's just blown up. They call GG.
Now, obviously, after you saw those clips, OG 2-0'd that series, taking the win up against Secret. Here's the current standings from every region of the DPC right now. Because we're only a few matches in, there's not too much to be said here. This will obviously get more and more important as we go on. As every single broadcast is saying, every match is important, but until we have more matches, we don't know how important. I also mentioned a Southeast Asian game that was rather fun to watch, and that was T1 versus TNC. So here's just a couple of fun highlights from that before we move on.
First chrono of the game, they'll drop the back wall, but it means absolutely nothing. They just chase them down. Fiends rip out, they've got the rating, they've got everything they could ask for. That Savage, he doesn't even go back for Young God. Eventually does. The rating is actually running away, but eventually they will pick him up, at least the first life. And there's your second now with the spear out from Cuckoo. They'll get another kill onto Young God. By Karl is now a big smoke is there. T1, who have they found? Yoe, he gets caught out right in the BKB. They cannot stop Savage in this chrono. He'll go after play hard, but now the Fiend Grip is up in the arena. Will also be dropped here by T1. Yoe just gets blown apart as they even found Xiao Yu. Young God, he's the only man left, but it's not looking great for him. He'll try to get underneath those C4 towers, but they're not safe either. Savage, he's happy to fight Karl. Karl's blinked in. Static Storm's been dropped, but he's got the BKB up. He's just manning up here. He'll blink right back away, but now Savage is back in, but he...
Now for some other quick updates, what you're going to be seeing in the DPC. Miracle is on a short break from Nigma, and so Aramen, their coach, will be standing in. This has typically been Nigma's policy in the past, where if a player needs to take a break, Aramen stands in. It doesn't really matter the position. And then previous former TI winner AUI 2000 is the new coach of Tundra Esports. With so many new rosters, new players, things changing around, and a ton of divisions to follow, it can be hard to actually know a lot about the players. So every week in this episode, or I'm not gonna promise an episode every week. Every time I do one of these, I'm gonna try and do a player spotlight to let you get to know a player a little bit better. And this time around, that player spotlight is on Taiga, who is on the new OG squad, trying to keep things in theme with the episode of the whole OG secret thing going on. Yeah, you got me. Anyway, so Taiga now is on OG, and this was actually a pretty massive change because for his last about 700 plus pro games, he was playing with almost the exact same squad. So right before this, it was Team Liquid, 440 games from mid 2019 to, just recently, 2021. And then on Alliance played about 300 games, one of those being at TI9 with the infamous gyro pick from Insania in the lower bracket. But anyway, that was early 2018 to mid 2019 before the entire roster got picked up by Team Liquid. And this roster almost exactly has been sticking together that whole time. That's Insania, Koikva, Boxy, and Mickey, and of course Sumail was subbed in a little bit there. But so that's where Taiga has come from. He is a position 4 player, and he is also a member of the 10K MMR club, achieving the glorious 5 digits August 18th, 2020. As far as a little bit about him, he is the only current pro player listed on Wikipedia from Norway. Pretty sure he's the only Norwegian player to ever play in a TI, but don't quote me on that. He is vegan. His most played heroes in professional Dota is Earth Spirit, Dark Willow, and Earth Shaker. His most played heroes on his public Dota buff are Monkey King, Legion, and Io, but take that with a grain of salt because apparently his Dota buff has been private since 2019, so that's the last time those stats were updated. And there is your little spotlight on Taiga. Hope that helps you get even more invested in OG's games and know what to expect from him. So now it's time for the drama. Like I said, not my favorite segment. I'll try and keep my feelings out of this, but just keep you updated on, I don't know, the memes that are going around, whatever. So we got a new email meme. This didn't really blow up, but I found it funny, and there goes me being impartial on this segment. Anyway, Sammy Boy had an email, so I guess, he read his email, that ESL sent out with the rules in it that said draft sessions and tactical talks will be published, and he was like, whoa, you can't publish our tactical talks, blah, 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 and Cap is like, hey, buddy, there was a message about this that said there was a typo in that email and they will not be published. So that was just an amusing little anecdote. Then Excalibur posted a threat of violence from Bora Ninja, and then Kyle chimed in and said, hey, I had been flaming this team a lot for kicking Bora Ninja, and now I kind of understand why it happened. And he's saying he doesn't expect Valve to step in on something like this, but he does think that the players that Bora Ninja is playing with should maybe consider their priorities and whether or not they think this is a good fit for eventually making it to TI. And then just a little follow-up on what happened with Bumblebees, with them losing some of their roster and really not having a full team in order to be able to compete. ESL did announce, they're dropped out, and they have teams that will be replacing them in Division 2 of NA. Now it's time for all the other stuff. Not super exciting, but you never know what might be relevant to you. If you're looking to have a career in Dota 1, esports was looking for writers that they would like to join their crew. So aspiring journalists, there you go, jump right in. Dota also released the bronze supporter packs for the DPC teams, as well as the Dota Plus winter update, a heavy metal music pack. Humanity's Last Breath is from Sweden, by the way. They have about 50,000 listeners on Spotify, so might be something good to go check out and give them your support. And then the all-important last line, as mentioned last week, we have one less pressing order of business, a battle pass. That's right, we're getting a battle pass. Anyway, that is the Dota download for you all wrapped up. Remember, again, like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things to help people who need this type of content actually find it, because otherwise, how are they going to stay updated, and you're going to have to keep explaining things to them. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bonus extra content! Funny little moments and clips that I remembered while I was editing that I did not put in the main episode that you can now enjoy if you stayed here until the end. Bonus for you. Nicely done.
Listen, I'm just gonna say, you promised me Christmas lights. I'm not seeing any Christmas lights. Oh my god, what are you gonna do? You actually gonna get Christmas lights?
Nice try. You think I'm not prepared?